Why? Because right now, interest rate sucks with this market, to be honest. And so I hung up the phone with the lady. And then 30 minutes later, I called her back and I said, hey, listen, I talked to my lender, and my lender is going to give me about, 7% interest right now because of this market. How about you sell some stocks or crypto? You wipe out that 45,000. Instead of me giving a return to this lender, how about I give you the return? You become the bank.
I love being here. So tonight for Get Creative, we're going to be talking about avatars shortly. I'm going to give you guys an avatar guide. And what I will be doing is I'm going to be doing a much longer live deal that they did that was really, really creative. And I feel like Mamadou is going to take the cake tonight. So super excited about it.
How you doing?
I love your microphone. It's my same microphone that I have. It's that Rode Procaster. It's so freaking good.
Yeah, thank you. I actually saw you talking about it in the social media series. Then I decided to get it.
Yeah, it's the absolute best. And
Yeah,
tonight, guys, I'm sure Mamadou's audio sounds way better than mine. So thank you for the patience. Mamadou, tell everybody. Let's talk about who you are. You're one of my good friends. I love you. We met through the Sub2 community.
Right.
You are not of this country. You are actually from Belgium.
Right.
Okay. If I looked at you, I'd be like, oh, okay, let's see. He's probably American, maybe, I don't know, from South Africa. He's maybe from like, where is he from? I would have never guessed you were from Belgium.
Right. I mean, I grew up in Belgium, but I'm from Africa. I'm from
But you grew up there. Like your parents, are your parents in Belgium?
No. My parents, I grew up alone. I raised myself in a refugee camp.
Okay, so this is what I want to talk about, because we're going to be talking about your one of your most creative deals. But oh, bro, I got a text message. Did you get the same text message from this lady, the $12 million lady in New Jersey?
Oh yes. She
how random is this? So guys, just let me give you some context real fast. So like maybe a year ago, Mamadou calls me up and he's like, Pace, I've got this massive like $30,000 mansion that this lady will sell, or 30,000 square foot mansion, massive, one of the biggest houses in all of New Jersey, and she's willing to sell on seller finance. So Mamadou goes out there, he builds a rapport with her, and I go, man, it's just such a big house. What are you going to do with it? Anyway, she's dropped her price and she's like begging to sell this thing on seller finance right now.
Yes.
We just got the text message.
Yes, you remember she was playing hardball at the time because the market was good.
Yep.
And I actually kept up with the listing. I kept looking at it and I saw, this thing is not selling. So I knew she was going to come back.
So good. So guys, again, remember, write this down. For those of you guys who are out there, the negotiating deals, sometimes you just got to wait it out, right? Things take 6 months sometimes. That's the way business works, right? So, Mamadou, you grew up in Belgium, but you raised yourself in a refugee camp. What the heck does that even mean?
So my mom passed away when I was 7, 8 years old, and had we had a lot of kids, and so me and all my mom's kids, we got split. Some of them got sent to some of my uncles. Some of them, came to the U.S. for studies, like my older brothers and stuff. And I was the very stubborn kid that just got sent away. And a refugee camp essentially is somewhere where you go and say, hey, I come from a country where there is war and I lost my parents and whatnot, and then they put you in this is a camp where you have kids from all over the world, from war zones, kids that have no parents, and you just grow up in that big camp with all these kids where you just have almost just how to call it, I don't even know, social workers basically just running your day. You all you do is every single day, as long as you can get back in that camp at 6 p.m. Nobody cares what you do with your life, as long as you show up in school, obviously.
What's interesting to me is this mindset that other people come to me and they go, Pace, I just can't figure out life. I can't figure this out. I can't figure this out. Meanwhile, you guys are looking at a gentleman who didn't have any parents raising him throughout the day. He basically went out during the day, did whatever he wanted, as long as he was back at the refugee camp at 6 p.m. But this guy will surprise you at how many deals he's doing. And a couple of years ago, before he joined Sub 2, he was, I think you were thinking about potentially quitting real estate, right? You were thinking like, if,
100%.
if Sub 2 community sucks,
100%.
then I'm out of real
I
estate.
yeah, I was about to quit, dude. I was gonna give up just because I got burned by other gurus that stopped doing deals back in 1994.
Yeah.
Closing, I was frustrated. I didn't have a community. That's what I found with Sub 2. I didn't have anybody to turn to when things go wrong, and I was just like, you know what? There's no way this thing could work because, mind you, I had a 9 to 5 in Belgium. I discovered this real estate stuff at my 9 to 5 at my office, going through. I was looking for a warehouse, so I was gonna open up a business which is renting like a wedding hall. And as I was trying to find it, this random video popped up about somebody saying they made a lot of money in their mom's basement wholesaling properties. And so I listened to this whole interview, and then I go through this. Long story short, I start understanding that he's talking about he's wholesaling paper and then making money. That clicked in my head, right? And so I dug deeper. Then I understood. Oh, this is real estate. Blah blah blah. Anyway, then I decided, you know what? In 6 months, I'm quitting my 9 to 5, and I'm going to do this. I ended up actually quitting 3 months after that. Took a one-way flight ticket, came here, started lifting and doing Uber, and then doing real estate.
Guys,
So I would,
I hope for the people that are paying attention here, you listen to this story of faith in himself, right? Understanding and saying, look, I'm going to make this work. Why? I'm going to quit my job in 6 months. He ends up quitting his job in 3 months because he's so excited and committed to something. Quits his job, flies one way to America, and essentially starts driving Uber and Lyft just to start making money because you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to pay my bill.
100%. 100%. On top of that, I had to sacrifice. I was in a marriage with a wife that didn't want to see me go into entrepreneurship. So I had to go through a divorce, leave all of that, and like I have to do this. So
well, I don't think I knew that part of your story.
Yeah.
Are you in Fayetteville, North Carolina right now?
Right now I am. I just locked up a Sub 2 in Atlanta. I'm moving to Atlanta, and I'll be moving in that property, 7 bed, 3.5 bath, Sub 2.
Wow. Yeah. Carly came in to say hi. Hi, Carly. I'm getting you out of here, Carly. Anyway, okay, so guys, Mamadou is a special human being. He's become a really great leader in Sub 2. The great thing about Sub 2 is that it's not my community; it's everybody's community that's part of Sub 2. And Mamadou benefits from Sub 2 as much as I benefit, and I'm sure there's some days you benefit more from Sub 2 than I do because you're doing deals with other students, you're raising money from other students, you're getting contractors from other students, partners, employees, etc., from other students. And bro, you've been such a great leader, a shining example. Your Instagram is on your picture, which is at Real Estate Diallo.
Right.
Okay, so guys that are listening to this in the future, it's his Instagram is at Real Estate Diallo, which is DIALLO.
Oh.
How can you help people? Like, can you help people do? If I'm not a Sub 2 student, is there anything I can use you for? Anything you can help me for before we get into your get creative story?
Absolutely, guys. I can help. So I have a couple of avatars, meaning like I have a couple of skills. So one, I can close your sellers anywhere in the country as long as they're motivated. Number two, I can connect you. Sometimes, like right now, I'm connecting a few people that are in my circle. Sometimes I just connect them to private lenders because they need money to do their deals. I can help you, just sometimes just guide you to the because I know why I wanted to give up. It's because I didn't have anybody to talk to and give me that push and say, hey, you're doing the right thing, whatever. So I can be an accountability partner. I actually have a weekly virtual office where my team is required to show up and make calls in that virtual office, and they're required to be leaders. So if you show up in that virtual office and you're making calls, I'll always be there. I'll answer your questions. I'll call your sellers that are challenging, give you advice, and that's what I've been trained to do in Sub 2, and super excited to be a leader in Sub 2 and outside of Sub 2. So
yeah, you're an amazing leader in the industry. I love you as a brother. Thank you so much for everything you do. Guys, what I would do right now, take a moment, right? We've got 800 people watching right now live. If you are one of the, and by the way, some people are on my YouTube. Let's see. If you're on my YouTube, there's 600 people on my YouTube. And then we've got 4 other streams like Facebook and the Get Creative Real Estate page as well. So we've got multiple different streams. If you guys are wanting to connect with more people, probably meander and migrate over to Pace Morby's YouTube channel, because you'll see a lot more people making a lot more activity over there, just FYI. But what I would be doing tonight is make a goal. Your goal should be, number one, connect with Mamadou. Go to his Instagram, DM him, follow him, right? Follow him on Instagram and follow his journey. He does great. He's doing great content. His branding, he's stepping it up. He's doing a really great job. And then number two, make a friend in the comments tonight. That's your other goal. Make a friend in the comments tonight. Okay. You will never be successful in real estate without community. And by the way, if you guys are in the sub 2 community, for me beating Ryan Pineda tonight on the golf course, just so you guys make sure, guys, do me a favor. Go in Instagram DM Ryan Pineda as well, and just say, we love you, Ryan. So sorry Pace beat you. And tell him thank you for the 15 tickets he's going to give away to the sub 2 community for his Vegas event for Wednesday and Thursday. Go and tell him thank you. I think those tickets are $1,000 a piece, so he's going to give $15,000 worth of tickets to sub 2 students. Now, Mamadou, the reason you're on the show tonight, obviously, is to give people some love and some inspiration and give somebody some hope. You know, maybe you want to raise some money. Anybody in here looking to invest money in deals, Mamadou is an amazing human being. You can always connect with him on that kind of stuff. Send him deals. He'll comp deals for you. He'll close deals for you. He'll buy deals from you. Okay. 100%. But what I want to talk about tonight is he is going to put his hat in the ring for the most creative deal of the month. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to shut up and I'm going to have Mamadou for about 12 minutes tell us why he thinks this deal that he's going to talk about is the most creative deal of the month. I actually kind of agree with him. It's pretty freaking creative. It's very, very creative. So let's talk about the deal. Tell us, pretend like I'm not here. Talk to the audience. I'm actually going to be here. You can still hear. I'll show you. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to be here hanging out with you. But I want you to address the audience, and I'm going to sit here as if I'm the audience right now, and you are putting your hat in the ring. Tell us why this is the greatest deal or the most creative deal. Where did it come from? How did you structure it? What's your exit strategy? Who's the seller? Why did the seller sell to you? What the heck is going on? Give us all the stuff. A to Z. You got 12 minutes. Let's go.
Awesome. So, guys, this lead came through a cold call through one of my virtual assistants. This is in the state of Illinois. This is a property I'll probably never see. But you know, we generated the lead through cold calling, and when it came, there was one of my lead managers / acquisition following up with this lady. You know, it ended up being a property that is vacant. She used to rent it, but the tenant left, and then I think she had some water issues and whatnot. But the thing with this lady is, and actually my acquisition ended up giving up on this lead because he thought it's not a lead. This has been a
do you remember why he thought it was not a lead?
Because he couldn't figure out the lady's motivation. To him, this lady is not motivated. She doesn't need the money. She could afford renovating the property and rent it back. She's a high earner. Is like, why would she sell? And so he's so focused on what he wants and not what the seller is trying to accomplish. And so the more he followed up, one day I was like, you know what? Let me just listen to one of the calls you had with this lady. I listened to the call. I was like, you know what? Forget about it. I'll call her myself. And so I called this lady and ended up finding out that even though the property is beat up and is vacant, she actually just keeping it because for her, this is a tax write-off property. She doesn't care whether it's bringing cash flow, whether it's positive, or she is writing off this property. She's a high earner, and so tax write-offs is a huge thing for her. So that's the reason why she's still holding it, even though it's vacant and, you know, the property is a little bit beat up. Now, the thing is, she invests a lot in crypto, stocks. That's her thing. She's really familiar with those type of investments. And so the conversation was, at first it started as a Morby method. I don't know if I need to explain the Morby method, but
I don't think you do. If people have a question about the Morby method, they can go to the YouTube channel. Me and Carolyn and Myron are locking up a Morby method right now. A big multifamily deal. But It started as a Morby method, huh?
Yeah, it started as a Morby method because the reason being is because, guys, when I talked to this lady, she had a loan on the property and then she had equity. So she had about $45,000 mortgage on the property, but she also had equity. The purchase price is about 150,000. The exit on this will be a midterm rental that will bring in about 2,500 a month. And so when I talked to her, what I found out is, number one, I understood that this lady, she's financially savvy. That's number one. Number two, all she cares about is numbers and a return, right? That's all she cares about. She talk about crypto and all that fun stuff. So when I brought up financing the property, she got intrigued because, so at first I was like, you know what? How about we just take over the mortgage and then we pay you the equity over time, which would be a hybrid. But then I ended up finding out that the underlying mortgage is adjustable rate mortgage, and I didn't want to touch that. And so I said, you know what? How about we turn it into
for the people that are newer? Why would you not want to touch an adjustable rate mortgage?
So an adjustable rate mortgage, guys, is actually a mortgage that has an interest rate that is not fixed. It can change, right? So you can start with a 3% right now, and in 1 year or two, the mortgage, the lender can raise it to 4, 5, 7, whatever that is, and it can completely kill your cash flow. That's why I didn't want to deal with it. It's not fixed, if that makes sense.
Love it.
Right. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just turn it into a Morby method. So I explained the Morby method. She loved the idea. But in my head, I already know I don't want to do the Morby method. Why? Because right now, interest rate sucks with this market, to be honest. And so I hung up the phone with the lady. And then 30 minutes later, I called her back and I said, hey, listen, I talked to my lender, and my lender is going to give me about, 7% interest right now because of this market. How about you sell some stocks or crypto? You wipe out that 45,000. Instead of me giving a return to this lender, how about I give you the return? You become the bank, and so I don't have to, give the return to this lender.
I'm loving. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
She's like,
I'm loving that he thought outside the box. Like, think about how creative you can get. There's literally no end to how creative you can get. And I love that this is the beginning of how you got creative on this deal.
Yeah.
Is that you realize like who she was, what was she about? What, like, it's never about the house, right? With the seller.
Never.
And so you're sitting here thinking, okay, who is this person? What else does she have? What other resources does she have? And you really thought out. So you approached her and you said, why not sell some of your crypto, pay off the underlying adjustable rate mortgage? And then what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping this story really short because I really had to convince this lady that, because she had a lot of bad experience with real estate. So I really had to like convince her why real estate in your portfolio doesn't matter if you invest in crypto and other stuff, you do want hard assets in your portfolio. So that was such a great report that even she traveled for almost 2-3 months in Africa, and she was sending me messages from Africa. That's how good of a rapport we had. And so she sold the crypto, paid off the existing loan. So, again, I came back to her, said, hey, I don't want to give somebody else a return. Let me give that to you. So she paid off the 45,000 on the amortization, on the amortized adjustable rate mortgage. And now we did a straight seller finance, 10% down. And then she's giving me 4% for 7 years with a 2-month silent, meaning I'm not going to send her monthly payments for 2 months until we renovate the property and then get it up to speed and start, generating income.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, and start generating income. So it's going to be a midterm rental that can bring in 2,500 per month gross, and we're going to net about 1,400 after all expenses, right? So I was going to give 7% to a asset-based lender if I were to do the Morby method. Instead, I have her sell the crypto. She literally sold it. Soon as she came back from Africa, she paid it off. Now we're doing a straight seller finance. And what I'm doing, Pace, is I'm bringing my first private lender, because she's like, hey, I just sold some of this crypto. I paid off the loan. We're doing the seller finance. Now what I want is, stabilize the property, start renting it out. And what I'll do is I'll sell a second portion of some of the crypto I still have. Then, because we had so many conversations about private lending. And now she's like, so I'm bringing a sub 2 student.
So now she's going to want to be your private lender?
Yes. So I'm bringing a sub 2 student that will be my private lender, help me close on the deal, and he will stay with me for 12 months, okay, as a equity JV partner. And at the 12-month mark, this lady is going to sell another portion of her crypto and then become also my private lender on the home she sold me on seller finance. So she will be both my first bank, my second bank. Basically, you know, I
Okay, let me recap this structure real fast. So you call the lady, your lead manager didn't really find the bunnies yet. You jumped in, you helped find the bunnies.
right.
You then call her up and you go, hey, why don't you sell your crypto? Because I don't want to take over your mortgage sub 2 because it has an adjustable rate mortgage.
Right.
Sell your crypto, which is not paying you every single month. I will pay you every single month if you sell or finance this to me.
Exactly.
Go sell off your stupid crypto, pay off this house. I'll give you a check every single month at 4% interest.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you go, all right, I'm going to go get a sub 2 student and raise the money for the down payment and the renovation and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put them in second position.
Right.
Okay. So she's in first position as the seller finance. You got a sub 2 student in second position, and they're your private money lender. So then she goes, man, I really like Mamadou. He's so credible and he's so awesome and he's so handsome. And you'd never guess he's from Belgium, but I guess he is. And so what she does is she goes, I want to go, this second lien position sub 2 student, I want to go sell my other crypto and pay off that student. And I want to become not only your first position seller, but I want to become your second position private money lender and receive 2 checks on my same property every single month.
100%. 100%. 7 years, with option to extend if it doesn't appraise. Then she sent me her best friend that has a property to do the same thing.
Wow. Wow. Guys, give Mamadou some freaking love in the side chat. By the way, if you guys have just tuned in, we're about 900 live viewers tonight on Get Creative episode 2. Thank you guys so much. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please give us the love. We spend a lot of time, energy, and resources on this YouTube channel. Give you guys love. But more importantly, I'm going to take this comment off. Go over to Instagram right now and give Mamadou some love by following him on Instagram. And I think, Mamadou, you have your own YouTube channel, right?
I do. It's in the descriptions as well.
Okay, so we'll put it in the descriptions. We'll make sure that you guys have that link and you guys can go over and connect with Mamadou. Here's what I would do if I'm in the comments and I'm not a sub 2 student. First and foremost, if you are a sub 2 student and you don't know Mamadou, he's been in the mentorship and a big leader in the community for how long? You've been with us for 2 years yet?
Yeah, over 2 years now, I think.
What the freak, man?
Because it's 2020, I think I joined.
Time flies, huh?
Right. I don't know if did anybody beat my record yet. I got my first sub 2 days in, $19,000.
Yes, the only person that's beat your record is Jimmy Al.
Oh yes.
It was the first day of the mentorship. He got the first sub 2 deal within 2 hours of the mentorship starting.
Damn. Yeah, he beat it.
That's gonna be hard to beat that one.
That's gonna be hard to beat.
What it was, Mamadou, is he had a lead, and he calls and he's like, "So this mentorship just started today. So like, can I just ask questions?" I go, "Yeah. What do you got?" And so we get on the phone to the seller, and I help him get the deal locked up. And it was the first sub 2 deal that ever happened in the sub 2 community, and it was done in less than 2 hours.
Damn. Yeah, that's so dope.
Yeah. So
that's so good.
So Mamadou's an amazing human being, guys. I don't want to keep him on here too long, but I'm going to put you, bro. In my opinion, you're the current front runner for the $5,000 first place position for the most creative deal. I would say that this could arguably come down to one of the most creative deals I've ever heard of in my life.
Dude, it's nuts. And here's the crazy part: it was so hard to choose because we do like the sub 2 students. Like I talk to so many leaders every single day. Even me right now, my pipeline is so full of creative deals. It was hard to choose one because like the other day I was making a joke with Andrew from Florida. He's in sub 2 as well. Some of the deals we're doing, he literally called them sub 3 now. He don't even call them sub 2. He's like sub 3. It's so creative. So I'm sure somebody might beat me, but guys, I think I'll take the cake on this.
This should be called sub 2 squared. So it's like sub 2 with a little 2 by it. So it's sub 2 squared.
Boom.
Tell Andrew that. Sub
I
two
told
students.
Drew I'm gonna shout him out. He created that, but I think that was a good one.
We need to get Andrew on here as well. And so
Yeah.
sub two students, if you guys have a creative deal and you want to put your hat in the ring, please email Carly at pacemorby.com and please let us know. We want to bring you on here and highlight you, give you guys some love. Mamadou, I love you, man. You're the best.
Bro, I love you more, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep building your brand. I appreciate you. You're doing a great job. You're a great leader. If you guys are in sub two, please reach out to him and give him the love that he deserves. He's been a leader for over 2 years in the sub two community. Last time
I'm
I
just
saw
getting
you,
warmed up.
you are we as a community, bro. Can you believe what we've accomplished as a
No,
total
it's
community?
every time I think about it. One time, Pace, I swear to God, I was talking to a seller and I got done. Is in Dallas. We locking up that we started the first week with that contract in Dallas of this year. I finished with the seller. I hung up the phone and literally I started crying. I literally started crying. I think I sent you a text and then the text didn't go through, but I started crying. Why? Because I was just thinking, oh my gosh, like since I joined this community, I didn't even know what the term real estate meant, let alone having any sales skills or what. It's not even about the sales. It's just the confidence that this community gave me, just the permission of you. Like I remember the first time we talked when I joined Sub 2, you're like, start posting. I started like that same day. Today, I can tell you I've raised over 2 million from Instagram. Easy. Okay. Just posting reels. I've locked up way over I don't know how many contracts just posting reels through reels. Like let alone like sometimes my acquisition and lead managers they have to compete with my Instagram lead flow. Right. So I was just thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, like I joined is the confidence you gave me. Mamadou, go out, do it. I'm your partner. You can leverage me. That's all you needed to tell me. The sales was out of the window because like my confidence went from here to here. That's what I was lacking. Like just saying, I have the community, I have all the money, I can go back and get any help I need. I got the private. That was it, bro. That's all I needed. Once I had that Pace, it was over. So I was crying. I was so grateful that I was so grateful when I hung up because the call was so good. I was like, I can't believe it is me having this conversation.
I know it's weird. Like you don't. I remember when we first had the conversation a couple years ago, and I don't recognize you from today versus that man. You are a completely different human being.
Yeah, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. You definitely
Thank you.
changed my
Thank you
life.
for being my buddy. Thank you for being my brother. Thank you for being such a great leader in our community. I rely on you. I depend on you, and I'm grateful that we have you in our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it.
Okay, have a good night, brother.
Thank you. You too, man.